Hi Blender fans and welcome to Blender TC. In this tutorial what we're going to do is help Alex actually add the roof to our well, and this is going to be a simple tutorial, so just follow along and we'll carry on. Right, we've got the well there. What I've done is actually gone on the filter and made it so it's not selectable, just like that. And the reason we're doing this is we don't want to actually alter anything on the well when we actually make our roofing tiles and manipulate them. So first of all, what we're going to do is add in a mesh, and the nearest thing we've got that looks like a roof tile is of course a plane. So we've got a simple plane there, and we're just going to move this up in the Z just like that. The reason we're moving it above our item is so it doesn't actually interfere. So I'm just going to scale this down until it's about the roof tile size that I want, and we're just going to scale it in the Y like so. Then press the tab key to go into edit mode, and we're just going to subdivide this twice. Subdivide and subdivide. What we're doing here is adding enough geometry to our roofing tile so we can actually do some manipulation of this. So I'm just going to slowly and easily just actually do some manipulation of this. So I'm just going to take this corner up here, G, and I'm just going to make it into a roof tile shape. And this is what all our roof tiles are going to start off as, and we're going to then move this across here so it just overhangs our framework just like that. And I'm just going to move it down because what we're going to do is actually use the array modifier to make our roof tile quick, easily and simply. So I'm just going to rotate this. Now roof tiles sit on top of each other, so I'm just going to rotate this in the X by 6 degrees, and I'm going to rotate it in the Y minus 6 degrees. Hold up, and rotate in the Y 6 degrees, but I'm going to do it by pressing the minus after it because I want these to actually sit on top of each other. Now because we've manipulated this, if we add our array it'll actually go up in the air like this. So what we do now is go Control and A just to apply rotation and scale. And we're just going to simply now look from the front by pressing the 1 key, and we're going to add go in the spanner arrange and add in our array modifier. So press the A, will fetch up our array modifier, and as you can see they're not actually, where one starts the other one finishes, and we want them to actually go under each other. So I'm going to change this to 0.8, and as you can see one now sits upon the other one, and then increase them along our distance until about in the right place like that. So we've made our simple roof tile, and now what we'll do is add in another array, which is of course our second set of roof tiles. So we go down to our second set of roof tiles, and this time I'm just going to put 0 on there, so now they're on top of each other. Go to the Y, and if you put -1, as you can see it's now sat there, but of course you can see the roof tile is above the other one. So to actually alter this, what you can do is move this up or down so they actually sit on top of each other. And of course that's set to -0.1, and I'm going to put -0.8, which of course makes them sit on top of each other. So simply and easy, now we can just add just like that, and we've created our simple roof tile all sat on top of each other. And now simply what we can do now is go up here, add in another modifier, and we're going to add a solidify, and of course that puts it to the bottom of our stack here, and we can increase this until our roof tiles are the desired thickness. So you've got all that, and what we need to do now is just apply all these. So apply until all the items are applied, and I just don't like that, so I'm just going to actually go back to the bottom, apply, and as you can see we've now created our roof tiles. So let's just duplicate this now, Shift and D, and we're going to rotate this on the Z by 180, which of course because of our origin point being there didn't really work, but what we can do now is manually just move it into place like so. So we've now got our roof tiles, and we just need to get the angle as close as we can to our framework, So rotate on the X and we'll just fetch it down until it's more or less in the right place. Same on the other side, rotating the X, and there you have it. So we've got our simple roof tiles and we can just join these together. And what we'll do now is set the origin to the actual center of our mass, so it just puts it back in the center. And then G and Z just to move it down there, and as you can see, our framework now actually is going through our roof tiles. And what we can do now is simply just go into the proportional editing tool and we can start to just manipulate this down. So I'm just going to increase my ring or the influence ring with the mouse wheel, and we just move this down just so we're hiding our framework. So I'm just going to select a point here and G and Z on that side. Same round the other side, G and Z. Select the middle because it select the other side, G and Z. And as you can see, quite easily and simply, we've made our roof. Now you can add distortion to this, and I'll just show you a quick way how we can actually add some distortion to this. I think we've got the actual well roof going through there as well, so I'm just going to grab this point here, G and Z, decrease my influence ring just to actually make it so the actual frame, G and Z, just a case of looking at your model and just making sure that things that you don't want showing through, as you can see there, we've got the frame coming through. It'll be more evident if I go there. You can see the square. So G and Z. Go around the other side. Quick look of it. And as you can see, we've made ourselves our roof or our roof tiles on our object. And as you can see, we've got some poking through there. So same again here. Use the influence ring just to make things disappear. And that's it. Right, there is one other trick. What we can do is we can go on line select here. Say you want to actually have a little chunk out of this place here, and you could do this on all your tiles just to distort them. Take off the influence ring, take off the proportional editing, and what we can do is we can select this line here and press the V key. And what the V key allows us to do is then take a chunk out of our model, but of course it leaves this hole here, so you can select these 3 points and just press the F key, which will fill in the holes that are left. So we'll put another nick here, V, just to actually split it off, just GG just to move it over here, and as you can see, we've got a hole on either side again. So what we can do is actually just fill that on that side, and of course fill it on the other side. Just to add a bit of distortion, and of course you can do this anywhere on your roof. V. And just fill that, and I can just fill these. And that's how you add bits of distortion. Now you can spend hours actually adding the distortion to your roof and taking the little nicks out of it. You know, on the side, if you think, oh, that's a bit too straight, you can do the GG just to move it down, and GY just to actually move it that way, and GX just to move it in, if you want to add that little bit of distortion to all parts of your roof. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This was a quick and simple tutorial just to show you how to make the roof, and in the next tutorial what we'll do is actually add some colour to our model just to start making it look like our low poly well, or if you really want to actually spend some time with it, you can add textures to individual parts. Leave a comment and let me know if you want to actually show this creators as a fully coloured model, or if you just want to add simple colours to this. And as you can see there we've got a bit of a problem there. We've got the roofing frame showing through there, so I'm just going to G and Z, move it up there. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe to my channel and please leave a comment. Bye for now.